There's a prison almost nobody tries to escape. It has no guards, no steel bars, no locks. In fact, it feels pretty good inside. The temperature is right, the chair is comfortable, your phone is nearby. Nothing is demanding too much from you. And that is exactly why it's dangerous. Because the most effective prison is not the one you are desperate to escape. It is the one you slowly become comfortable living inside. Think about it. Nobody wakes up and decide, I want to waste my potential. Nobody says, I hope I become weaker this year. I hope I keep postponing everything that matters. I hope 5 years from now, I am standing in the exact same place. That is not how it happens. It happens quietly. One more episode, one more hour scrolling, one more skipped workout, one more difficult conversation avoided, one more promise moved to tomorrow. Nothing terrible happens. And because nothing terrible happens, you do it again. And that is the trap. Comfort rarely destroys your life dramatically. It does it peacefully, slowly, quietly, until one day you look around and realize something terrifying. You are safe, but you are not moving. There is a difference. Safety protects you from danger. Comfort can protect you from growth. And the two can feel almost identical. Imagine a bird sitting inside a cage. The door is open. Outside is uncertain. Wind, distance, predator, storm. Inside, food arrives every single day. Nothing unexpected happens, so the bird stays. And after enough time, the cage no longer feels like captivity. It feels like home. Now ask yourself something. What happens when the bird forgets it was built to fly? That is what comfort can do to a person. You stop applying because rejection feels uncomfortable. You stop speaking because judgment feels uncomfortable. You stop trying because failure feels uncomfortable. You stop changing because the old version of you, even if you hate it, is familiar. And the brain loves familiar. Familiar feels predictable. Predictable feels safe, but predictable is not always good. You can predict misery. You can predict stagnation. You can predict regret and still choose it because at least you know what it feels like. This is why some people return to situations they said they wanted to escape. Old relationships, old habits, old environments, old versions of themselves. Not because those things were better, because those things were known. Growth asks you to walk into a room where you do not know who you are yet. And that scares people because becoming stronger usually requires being bad at something first. Becoming confident requires moments where you feel awkward. Building discipline requires saying no when yes feels better. Building a new life requires leaving parts of the old one without knowing exactly what will replace them. That is the price. And there is no way around it. But here's the part people misunderstand. You do not need to become reckless. Growth is not about destroying every comfortable thing in your life. Rest matters, peace matters, enjoyment matters. The question is not, am I comfortable? The question is this comfort restoring me or hiding me? There is a difference between resting after the work and resting instead of doing the work. There's a difference between peace and avoidance. There's a difference between being content with your life and being afraid to expand it. Only you know which one you are doing. And if that sentence made you uncomfortable, good. Maybe you just found the edge of the cage. Because somewhere in your life, there's probably a door you already know you need to walk through. The application, the gym, the conversation, the first video, the boundary, the business, the apology, the decision, and you keep staring at it, waiting to feel ready. But readiness is often another form of comfort. You do not need to become ready and then move. A lot of the time, you move. And movement creates readiness. You take the first step, your nervous system survives. You take another, your confidence grows. You take another, and eventually you turn around and realize the cage looks smaller from the outside. This is how freedom happens. Not in one giant act of courage, in repeated moments where you choose growth over familiarity. So ask yourself, where has comfort become a cage? Where are you calling something peace because you are afraid to disturb it? Where are you calling something patience because you are afraid to act? Where are you calling something who I am because changing will require discomfort? You do not need to destroy your whole life tonight. Just find one open door and walk through it, because the life you want may not be locked away from you. You may simply be sitting somewhere that feels too comfortable to leave. And someday, you will either thank yourself for walking out or wonder why you stayed so long. The Art of Self.